Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has agreed an 11th-hour deal to form a new coalition government. The agreement, 7 weeks after his Likud party won the election, came just before a deadline for the formation of an administration. Mr. Netanyahu needed backing from the right-wing Bayit Yehudi party to give him the necessary 61 seats. Mr. Netanyahu, who first became PM in 1996, is now on course for his fourth term in office. "I'm sure no one is surprised that these negotiations were lengthy," Mr. Netanyahu told a news conference. "Time is of the essence, not only because I'm leaving now to call the President and the Chairman of the Knesset Parliament to tell them that I've managed to form a government, but also because we'll need to form it by next week in order to give a strong and stable government." Majority of 1. The leader of Bayit Yehudi, Jewish Home, Naftali Bennett, had demanded the Justice Ministry in return for support from his 8 MPs. He opposes the establishment of a Palestinian state, enjoys the support of Israeli settler communities in the West Bank and has called for the annexation of parts of the occupied territory. Bayit Yehudi's backing for settlement expansion could worsen Israel's relations with its ally Washington and with Europe, correspondents say. Mr. Netanyahu had already secured deals by late on Tuesday with 3 parties, the centrist Kulanu and 2 ultra-Orthodox parties, United Torah Judaism, UTJ, and Shas. He now has a majority of just 1 in the 120-member Knesset and says he will try to enlarge the coalition. Former ally and Foreign Minister Avigdor Lieberman said on Monday that his Yisrael Beitenu party would not join the coalition. He had complained that the new coalition was not nationalist enough. The coalition agreement came around 2 hours before the midnight deadline. Without an accord, President Reuven Rivlin would have offered the chance of forming a government to another party, probably the center-left opposition Zionist Union, which lost the election despite exit polls predicting a dead heat with Likud. Israeli newspaper commentators are broadly unimpressed by the new coalition. The fourth Netanyahu government was formed with blood, sweat, and tears, that of Netanyahu and Likud, Yossi Verta writes in Haaretz, while Sima Kadmon ridicules recent events. A crushing victory in the elections became an unprecedented farce, she says in Yediot Aharonot. Even Matti Tuchfeld in the pro-Netanyahu Yisrael Hayom predicts that those in seats controlled by the Prime Minister would fall prey to blackmail, while Ariella Ringel Hoffman in Yediot Aharonot is damning. Netanyahu has a unique talent to destroy something which, just moments earlier, he built with hard work and sweat. The Jerusalem Post's ISI Leibler though takes issue with the system, saying excoriating Netanyahu for capitulating to unreasonable demands from minority parties that run counter to the will of the people is fine for populist armchair critics. But the responsibility rests with our dysfunctional political system and those voters who supported the small parties.